Natalia, and welcome to Kindred Families. I work with parents, couples and individuals of children of all ages and numbers. And the common thread between all of my clients is that they are feeling stuck and sensing that things could be a lot better in the family culture. They just don't know how to get there. And it could be just one aspect of your child's behaviour that's really concerning you, and you're not sure what kind of support you need. Maybe you've read some books or don't have time to read the books. You've got some really useful tips from some Insta accounts, but applying it at home has been a bit of a challenge. And maybe Facebook groups are helpful in seeing how other mums are approaching similar challenges, but they don't know your specific family or your child or your child's temperament or your temperament and everybody's history at home. That's what a parent coach does, because we have the luxury of getting to know you and your unique, specific, original family. And what's behind all of the transformation that every client goes through in our 12-week program is more self-awareness and better communication, specifically more listening. You probably have not had the opportunity, unless you've been to therapy or experienced a different kind of coaching, like business coaching, where you've also felt block. You've probably not had the opportunity in a parenting context to put time aside every week for a period of time to really formulate a vision and a structure around your parenting. Maybe you had that sense of knowing what you were doing, that confidence and ease when your children were younger or you only had one. And maybe there's a sense now that you're in unknown, uncharted territory and you're worried about where things are going for you and for your children. Things aren't where you expected them to be, if you had expectations. And so a huge part of feeling confident in your parenting is getting back on track with a vision, understanding your values, and most importantly, developing some communication skills. Because sometimes it can feel like no matter what age your child is, they are speaking another language. They're children, we're adults. We behave in one way, they behave in another way, and it's our job to help them learn how to behave in our way. I think it's much more complex than that. And I also think that as a society, we put certain expectations and beliefs around children that aren't actually that helpful. So that differs for everybody. And again, where a parent coach can help is by bringing into conscious awareness so much of what might be laying hidden, repressed, dormant in you. Not through any incredible breakthrough moments, but just through conversation that is productive. Where a friend might be trying to help and problem solve and make you feel better and all of those useful things, there's also a space for somebody who, through a period of trust and me earning that trust and holding that space for you, is asking questions you've probably never been asked before, never asked yourself before. The 12-week program is just full of resources and workbooks to help you journal and document each week to get out of your head what all these new awarenesses are. We're bringing up so much stuff into conscious awareness so that you can be a better listener, a listener of yourself, what's going on for you when you're losing your temper, recognizing your needs so that they can be better met and you can feel more joy and ease in your parenting. You can feel more present and playful and all of the things I know that parents want to be for their children, but find it so difficult when there's so many other things getting in the way of that. And listening to your children at whatever age they are, listening in a way that might not look like what you currently think listening looks like. So often we're trying to create teachable moments and give lessons and lectures to children to stay in control for our own sense of responsibility and where it feels safe for us as parents to be. Together we can get to a place where there's far more trust in our children, far more opportunities for them to take on responsibility. To get there, there needs to be some education and awareness around what's going on for our children biologically, physiologically, psychologically. There's education in so many areas of our lives, but in parenting, you know the phrase, no one gives you a manual for parenting. Well, why shouldn't there be just basic, useful information about what's going on for children at different stages of their development? And I feel really, really strongly about that just simple awareness of what's going on at age 6, the first adolescence. You may not even know about that. The periods of equilibrium and disequilibrium that children go through in the first 11 years of their life. And then, of course, there's all of the teenage maturation and changes that happen that we probably know from a sense of remembering what it felt like to be a teenager. But beyond that, we don't actually know what brain changes are happening and therefore what our child or our teenager might be needing in those moments when they seem irrational and disappointing to you, or they're acting out, they're lying, or they're hiding, or they're whining, and all of the things that we put under as misbehaviour are actually just forms of communication. So when I say listening, I mean learning how to listen to everything that's being said and mostly what's not being said. Being an expert at reading between the lines. What are they saying? What are they communicating? What are they really needing? Once we can start to practice that, and that's why it's a 3-month process, it's really getting the groundwork ready for a complete shift in our parenting in the longer term. It's intense work with an hour aside for us to talk once a week at the same time, on Zoom or in person if you live in South East London. And then there's also about an hour's worth of homework. And that is absolutely crucial for dedicating this time to educating yourself as a parent and finding your sense of purpose as a parent. A lot of that is making a conscious choice to take and to reject some of the ways in which you were parented yourself. And without getting too heavy about it, 95% of the way that we behave in life is on our subconscious level through patterns that were set before the age of 7. So if we don't have a look at why you might be believing, expecting, thinking, worrying about some of the things you are by looking at your own childhood, we're missing kind of a vital piece of understanding you as a person. All of this is built into a program that has been designed in the right order, in the most useful, helpful way, with me as your guide through that.